talk to me about what made you say, or a thought process that you had that made you say, "Hey, maybe I did rush to judgment. Maybe I should issue an apology, and a public apology at that."
Yeah. Um, because I realized that the justice system wasn't what I thought it was. Um,
Yeah.
at the time, you know, I was a little naive about all of the facts are presented. The jury said what they said, the judge said what he said, you know what I mean? And I was really in a space of like, and be clear, let me start by saying this. I still support Meg the Stallion.
Mhm.
I do not
Absolutely.
have any issues with Meg. And I want her to receive justice no matter what.
Mhm.
What I said was if there is any possibility that there was evidence that wasn't presented, if there's any possibility that um, something was missed in this process, then he deserves the opportunity for a fair trial. And I apologized for assuming that everything that I saw in the press and in the media was accurate, was 100%, because I wasn't aware at the time of how manipulative, you know, well, I was aware of how manipulative and one-sided that the industry could be, but I just didn't know that in the within the judicial system, money and power have a lot of influence. And when I had my own experience going through this system, when I realized, oh shit,
Mhm.
you can't present this evidence and you can't have that expert testimony and you can't have this and you can't have that. I was like, oh, well, maybe there is a possibility. And when people started to say, and here, I'm not going to get into the politics of it, but there
Yeah.
are people getting behind this that are like, no, 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 this was not fair. I
Wow.
have to give that some consideration. I know Tory. I had the opportunity outside of the Say It record, which I was not involved in any of that process. It was one of
Okay.
those things where I found out after the fact, and that's a whole nother conversation. I'm not going to go too deep into that because we're actually talking about some stuff with his team as we speak.